one thing, do you know that you can park your RV for free in Walmart parking lots?
That explains a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, that's why they were there. Yeah. Yeah. So they were going around the country and they were parking in Walmart parking lots, and they were interviewing Walmart customers, they were interviewing Walmart people, and they were writing all this stuff in their blog, and everybody was really loving it because they thought, wow, this is really cool. These people are going cross country and they're talking to all these people in Walmarts and finding all sorts of wonderful things to say about Walmart. One big thing they didn't do is that they did not reveal on their blog that their trip was being financed by
Walmart.
Absolutely. Now that wouldn't have been so bad had they had said something, but they did not say that. And so what happened is what's called flaming. People got very upset. So upset that they, of course, shut down the blog. And it ended up in a furor on the internet for about months afterwards. So did it do Walmart good to have such bad publicity, or is all publicity good publicity? I leave that up to you. However, I don't think that that really did such a very good thing for Walmart's image in this case. However, if they'd done it the right way, if they did it by earning trust, and it's like any good relationship, trust takes time. But when you build up trust with your significant other, in this case your customers or your blog visitors, you're going to be rewarded with what? Customer loyalty, and you're going to be rewarded with sales, and you're going to be rewarded with their interest. So, transparency versus trust. Next, negative comments versus a feedback loop. Now, one thing that you set yourself up for in social media marketing is that you will, and I will guarantee it, you will receive negative comments. You will receive negative comments about your product, about your service. But guess what? You're already receiving negative comments about your product and service. But where are those negative comments? They're probably behind your back. And what can you do if the comments are behind your back? I see you doing nothing about them, right? But if you have them out in the open, you've got a feedback loop there. You've got some way to address the negative comments, which are probably very good for you. What is great is that if you can very timely address a negative comment, you can turn a negative situation into one that's very positive. Customer service is the new PR. If you are not doing good customer service, which includes timely response, either via phone or via online practices such as a blog or forums or whatever, you are missing a big, big, big item in your marketing strategy. So negative comments versus feedback loop. Next one. Loss of control versus building a tribe. Now you might think that as you get involved in social media marketing, and if you've got to have all these people that are coming to your blog or to your social media site or your Facebook fan page, and you might think, oh my God, they're going to be writing stuff about me. Or, oh, my brand image, what am I going to do about my brand image? I don't have any control over that. And what am I going to do? I need to control everything. Guess what? No matter what, people are going to make your image and your product into whatever it is they want it to be anyway. So at least you want to see it, at least if it's up there on a site that at least you have some sort of an influence of. You can have, not that you have control over it, but you can see what's going on. But what you need to do is what's called building a tribe. Now these people are coming to your blog or website because they love your product or service, they love what you're doing, and they have chosen to be there. However, they need some leadership from you. And that leadership is not cajoling, but what you're actually doing is helping to direct the conversation. There's a book by Seth Godin called Building Tribes. You don't have to write this down. What you can do is go to my website or my blog, which is on the very last page under resources. I have a link on there to the book. You can buy the book, or better yet, Seth actually allows you to download the book for free. It's like a 4-hour book, and it's a great book. I suggest downloading it from my website and getting it and putting it into your car as you go back and forth, because it's an excellent book, and it really does talk about this whole concept of building a tribe. So you can go to my website for that. Why is social media marketing so important, and why should you do it? First of all, you get improved search engine ranking by actually getting involved in social media marketing. How would you get improved search engine ranking? Well, a couple of reasons. First of all, the more frequently you change your content on your website, the little algorithm that Google uses in order to determine who gets to the top of their search engine ranking, the higher you will place. Because there is something in that algorithm that actually counts the frequency of updates to a website or a social media site. So that helps in your search engine ranking that way. The other thing you get to do is you get to stuff your content with keywords, which also help you to improve your search engine ranking. So whenever you create a blog title, you want to make sure that it's going to be something which will be suggestive of whatever it is that you do have on your website that will bring people to your website or blog. The other thing that social media marketing allows you to do is it allows you to brand yourself as an expert. How many people have ever considered using radio or newspaper or public relations as a part of your marketing? Great, we have some people. And why do you use that? Do you use it just advertising? Excuse me, your name is?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, do you use the newspaper just for advertising, or do you get interviewed or look for interviews in public relations?
Well, kind of looking for the demographic, people that are.
Excuse me?
The demographic, the people that are have access to it.
Oh, I think maybe my question isn't clear. I'm looking for why are you using newspaper?
Yes.
And are you using it for public relations?
No.
Oh, you're not. Is anybody using newspaper? Tony, are you using newspaper for public relations? Thank you, Jeremy.
PR I can.
Excuse me?
I'll get any free PR I can. So I send them press releases and stuff.
Okay, and do people come to you to ask for information on any particular topics from the newspaper yet?
No, but in some of them, no.
Not yet.
Not that I can think of.
Mm-hmm. If you, now I know your business, you run the Featherbed Bed and Breakfast up in Upper Lake, Nice? Nice.
Depends on whether you're Google or not.
Okay. Well, what you could do if you wanted to, and I don't know if you're doing this at your website yet or your blog, but if you wrote information on there about, now it depends on what your marketing strategy is, but if you wanted to build yourself as the bed and breakfast expert in Lake County, you could then create a blog which would talk about that aspect, and then newspaper people, either here in Lake County or throughout the country, who are looking for an expert in bed and breakfast in Lake County would look for you because you build yourself as that. Now, that could be a possibility. I mean, you might think of your own industry or what you're doing. You can build yourself as your expert in your particular field or area. Blogs are very powerful for that. Where people used to go looking in newspapers for newspaper columnists, for experts, they don't look there anymore. They're looking for who? Bloggers. Bloggers. So bloggers are the new experts. So that's another reason why you want to get yourself involved in social media. Depth of content. What I mean by that is the number of posts, especially, now pretty much what I've been speaking about mostly has been a lot of blogging. I've been talking mostly about blogging, and this also I'm talking about blogging as well, which is you're adding an interactive element to your website. It's not only the static content, but you're also regularly updating it with changing information. With a regular blog, the more content that you add to it, it means people have a reason to come back to your blog more regularly. And if you have a lot of good, rich content in there, people are going to stay longer, come back more, and hopefully take some sort of action on your website, whether it be signing up for an email list or buying product from your website or visiting you in the physical world. So that's another reason why you want to get involved in social media marketing.